Where's brunch? We going live. Forget your opinion, it's life from our eyes. Get the burgers that come with the fries. Where Brunch Podcast, come and subscribe. Where's brunch? Plenty of jokes. Brocky and Trina, they speaking on mo. Music, relationships, pop culture. Good food and convo, just send me the low.
Making sure that
How do we do this before?
the stomach doesn't look.
How do we do this before?
Mm-hmm.
I think we start off
With the song.
my spot. No, I think we start off with some applause.
You always say the song will be playing.
The song is gonna play, babe.
Okay.
We back.
Oh.
We rolling into this. We are rolling into this.
I'm glad I have something on my stomach.
Huh?
I'm glad I have something on my stomach.
Did you eat a piece of pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did too. We are the Where's Brunch Podcast. We are back in the building.
Oh my gosh, this feels weird.
Yo.
Hello.
I mean, nobody anticipated it's going to take this long to get back in action.
Well, there was a vision that needed to be accomplished. And,
Man.
the key grip guy has things that he needed to have before,
Key grip guy got about 3 or 4 more jobs now. You know what I'm saying? I'm Brocky, though.
I'm Trina Marie.
We are the Where's Brunch Podcast. Holla.
Hello.
Turn it up.
What's up, y'all?
What up?
What's up?
Shout out to the day ones who were patient enough. I wonder if
we should really shout. We should say some thank yous to the people who listen, who've been listening, to the folks who said they can't wait for us to come back.
Yeah.
Thank you,
yo. Appreciate y'all. Round of applause to y'all.
When we think, just when we think nobody is watching or listening, we find out people say little things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you are listening.
Yo, it's wild to have somebody know the storyline, and like what about such and such and this, that, and the third. It's like, oh, you was watching,
you was paying attention, you was
locked
you
in.
were like all the way in, because that happened probably like 2 hours in or an hour in. Like, so
10 episodes ago or whatever. So how you feeling, baby?
I feel good.
You look great.
Thank you. So do you. This feels so different.
Much different.
It feels very different. So I'm like looking for my feeling that I used to feel on the other couch.
Yeah. Pause.
And I don't feel it. So
it's much different. We are in a new location. We are Floridians now, I guess.
Hello from Florida.
New Yorkers for life, but we live in Florida now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We moved.
We're here.
This is
how many months we been here?
We got here in December of 2025. Excuse me, 2024. Yeah. So what's this? This May, 6 months, 5 months.
Yeah, it'll be June 1st tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow June 1st?
Sunday.
No, Sunday's June 1st.
Yeah, Sunday. I mean, So, a lot of stuff has been happening. A lot of stuff happened. We had planned this big, let's detail the move and tell all the details, but we don't want to bore y'all with all that stuff.
We'll give you little bits and pieces
Highlights.
throughout. We'll throw stuff in so you know what happened.
It was a cold and windy day.
7 years ago.
The lights feel crazy. It's been a long time. We haven't we stopped podding in November maybe of last year. I believe it was like that. It was a while because we packed up our place. We
were living with boxes. It was the room. The spare room became the box room. Yeah. So we didn't pod anymore. And we sold the couch and all that stuff, whatever. The couch is gone. Rest in peace. We stopped with another family now that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, treat it. Look, Bean just went looking for his toys just now, his squeaky toys. Oh, damn.
Putting joints up. But so we stopped potting. And and I don't know if we even talked about it, like when we're gonna start back. I think we kind of did, like, oh, it's gonna be a few months or whatever. Yeah. But the reality is that we moved to a new place. We had to furnish it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We had to furnish this room specifically, get a whole new set, and that's what we have here now. We literally got a whole new extra space, and this is
the space that we said, oh, this is an awesome space to pod.
Yes.
And so here we are.
We said that when we toured the place.
Yes, we said that when we toured the place.
So we live in Fort Myers, Florida now. Fort Myers, Virginia.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
As we probably said before we ended the podcast, we relocated here for my new gig that I accepted that I no longer work at.
This you no longer work. This could be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of applause today. I just want to let y'all know a lot going on.
This was not the plan. I just want y'all to know this was not the plan. I did not plan to not have federal employment when we relocated here.
Listen, all right, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Let's hold on. Let's just quickly highlight way higher vision of what it was. Like our last day in Virginia.
The windy.
It was freezing. The coldest day that we had experienced there in that particular season. That day. And that street that we lived on was like a wind tunnel.
Shout out to Mandeville Lane.
Shout out to Mandeville Lane. And shout out to James, because James came to see us the last day. It was like Will Smith, the last episode, when nothing was left of us. Right? Yeah, looking around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Shout out to James. He came through.
Thank you, James.
And when it was time to say goodbye, we went downstairs. I pulled the car around so I could hand the keys in and all that kind of stuff. And we came outside to give the hugs, and I was like, my G, I will talk to you soon. I'm getting in the whip. It's freezing out here.
I was sitting on the driver's side, and then I got out of the driver's side to get on the passenger because you were going to drive, and I was giving James a hug. And the wind was blowing so hard, it was hard for me to put my coat on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, it's time to leave.
Now, this is relevant because, of course, we went through it. And two, the DMV ended up having a brutal winter.
One of the worst winters on record in a very long time.
They got hammered. And our last day in the area was definitely a sign of what was to come.
Yes.
We got the hell up out of there.
We did.
We drove. We drove from DMV with the dog. And the car, luggage in the car and stuff like that.
A dog, a car seat.
Yes.
A luxury car seat in the back for Beans, who was on alert the entire time.
Yeah, didn't you give him like sleep medicine and it didn't work?
Gave him anti-anxiety medication and like a pill that the doctor said to give him before we got in a car. And this fool ain't go to sleep.
He was like, all right, okay. So we drove. And, we older folks, we're not like young whippersnappers. Driving from DMV to Florida is not really something that I look forward to doing.
Ever again.
But looking into the costs and things of that nature of transporting the car, having that moved, movers in general, everything was crazy, sky high.
Yeah, movers. Shout out. Deal. We got a good deal, though. Shout out to the movers.
Yeah, man, they were dope.
Even though our plants died.
The plants did not make it. A couple of them recovered. Did any of them recover?
I think the Birkin is still here.
The Birkin is still recovering.
Yeah, and the palm.
Yeah. And yeah.
Okay, we got plants.
Yeah. So we were driving. So we planned it out. Got a hotel room in Savannah. We stayed overnight in Savannah. And it was actually cool when we got there. It was like, it wasn't like balmy hot. There was like a serious wind coming off that river right there. Yeah, it was. It was not. Yeah, it was not warm. No, so we stayed there for that in a pet friendly hotel. Of course, we had a pet friendly hotel. He did get some sleep, and we got like 2.5 hours of sleep. Oh my God, if that. Lord have mercy. So. And it was a really nice hotel, and it was a really nice room, and it was a really nice bed. We were just overly exhausted and overly anxious to get back on the road and get down to Florida. Yeah, because we had to hop back on the road early to meet the movers here at the right time and move in and whatnot. And it was a Friday, I believe, or something like that. We left on Thursday, got here on Friday, I believe. I believe so. And then drove down to Florida to Fort Myers from Savannah, Georgia. And got here at the perfect time, and and the movers knocked it out in no time, and here we were at our new spot, ready to begin new things. Yeah. How about that? Shout out to us.
We made it. We didn't kill each other.
Nope. No,
we didn't kill each other. We got here and it was like, okay, let's be realistic. We are not gonna unpack and have everything together in this place in however many days. And I had about a week off before I had to report for duty to my place of employment.
Government job, the good government job.
The good government job. And that was in December, just for, ideas. This was before inauguration. This was before the change in leadership of the federal government. So I started my position on the 16th of December. That was my report date. Mm-hmm. And I didn't meet with my boss for another 45 days.
Okay, so we left the old.
Yes.
And we're starting with the new. So yes. I think it's only right.
Okay. Oh, hey.
Where's brunch? We going live. Forget your opinion. It's life in my eyes. Get the burgers that come with the fries. Where Brunch podcast. Come and subscribe.
Hey.
Where's brunch? Plenty of jokes. Brocky and Trina, they speaking on more. Music, relationships, pop culture. Good food and convo, just send me the low. Whoa, send me the low. Don't need convincing, we in it for show. Don't need convincing, it's real isn't fake.
Hey.
Brocky and Trina, come chill with the host. One day at a time, we fixing to grow. Make room at the table, it's plenty for more.
Beans here dancing with him hear music.
He's like, what's everybody dancing to?
Speaking up at the table, we're friends, yeah, we geeking up.
Hey.
Take us a break and come back for some more. Plenty to see that is actually in store. Plenty to speak on, they dabbling swords. This way's heavier punch. Not much to say, just get ready for brunch. Where's brunch? We going live. Forget your opinion, it's life in my eyes.
You letting that joint go, baby.
Come with the fries. Where's brunch podcast? Come and subscribe. Where's brunch? Plenty of jokes. Brocky and Trina, they speaking on more. Music, relationships, pop culture.
Brand new.
Good food and combo, just send me the low.
Brand new.
We need a clue bomb.
I know, right?
Yes.
Funk flex.
We got a new theme.
Oh man, new theme songs, exciting times. You know what I'm saying? One more time.
It gives me such Migos vibes.
It got a bop to it.
Yeah,
it's a bop. Yo, shout out to that kid, man.
Yeah, that was dope.
So dope. Yeah, new gig, boom.
Yeah. It was quite interesting, to say the least.
I think aren't you planning on going a little bit more in detail later on?
We can go more detail, yeah.
But you can share whatever you want to share about it.
Just know that in that time of coming down here to work, I was expected to report to work every single day because I didn't have a telework agreement in place. I didn't have anything done. I didn't have I didn't have a laptop that I could take, and I didn't have my government issue ID because my agency was going through a change. Mm-hmm. With identification. So I was without a badge for a month.
Right. So for y'all non-govy folks, this is just regular government.
Yeah, it's there's a lot
protocol.
Of stuff. Yeah,
badges.
Protocol. But I didn't have proper access, so I couldn't even go home and like do training and just sit here because I just didn't have access. So I had to go in every single day, which was a shock for me.
That's a big deal right there.
Because I've been home for the last 5 years.
Ooh, man. It took a little toll on you for sure.
It took a lot. It took a mental toll on me. I think I started feeling like I was getting depressed.
Yeah.
At some point in the going in every day and feeling really confined and feeling really off balance and feeling like I didn't know what was happening.
You know, I was sharing with Joe earlier. We were talking, as we do often, and the topic led to this part, and I was saying how. We were talking about commuting and stuff like that, and the commute up in DMV, how driving long distance every day for work and stuff is just regular. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, Trina, her office was 7 minutes from the house. Mm-hmm. I said, but I noticed her getting home from work being exhausted. In my mind, the first thing I'm like, it's a 7-minute commute. But then I quickly realized it wasn't that. It was the mental toll that it was taking on you going into the office every day after being home, like you said, for years.
Yes. And so fast forward, new administration, inauguration, all hell breaks loose in these United States.
Yep. These United States.
In these United States.
Even here in the Gulf of America?
Even in the Gulf of America, y'all. Because we got a whole new Gulf now.
We got a new Gulf now?
We got a whole new Gulf now out of this shit. And ultimately, the administration decided that every single employee needed to return to work.
Yes, they did.
Every single government employee all over these United States had to return to their physical office location.
Wasn't it like 2 days after you got your telework thing?
Yes, and I had just received my telework agreement, and I just had my schedule, and I had been home for 2 of the days.
Yeah.
And she was telling me, you're gonna have to come back in. We're canceling all agreements. And so it was just, it was rough.
That was brutal.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was really brutal.
So yeah. So yada yada yada. You don't work for the government.
We went away to Egypt for this young man's 50th
birthday.
Hey,
listen, man.
A life-changing trip. A life-changing, educational, aggressive, bonding experience.
Yeah.
Egypt. And please, y'all, Egypt is not bad. It is not dangerous in the least bit.
There's no danger.
There is zero danger. Nobody bother us, and we was in the hoods of the hoods a couple of times.
Yeah, and it's only hood because of the way it looked.
Yeah.
There's no danger.
No danger.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, Egypt had always been a dream trip of mine since I was a child. I don't really know why or how that came about, but I've always wanted to go to Egypt. I think I was just fascinated by the pyramids as a youngster. And I've been seeking knowledge for so long that I think that was part of it, because the history is just, incredible. So here's the group trip dynamic thing that I want to talk about real quick, right? So initially I invited maybe like 20 people or so, something like that.
20 people were invited.
Right.
And then 16 were slated to go.
Yeah, 16, something like that. Like there's a few people immediately that were not able to go, right?
Right, but 16 were on the docket to go.
Now, let me just say that that this trip would not have worked well with that many people, right? We ended up with 6 people, including us 2, right? And I'm gonna tell you, out of that group of 20 people that I invited, any 6 people would have been great. We would have had a great time with any of those people. This is no shot at the people who couldn't go, or even the people who said they were going to go and then flaked out at some point. No shot at y'all. It is what it is. I understand. I'll never do it again, but I understand. So any 6 people would have been great. But that's what it ended up being. This is what happened in these group dynamics, y'all. You say, okay, who's going to go? I'm in. Boom. No thought given, right? No questions, no thought. I'm in. And then when it comes time to start giving information about the actual trip, okay, this is the tour group. This is what it is. Here's numbers and dates and so on and so forth. You get no response. You hear nothing from anybody, right? And then when it comes reminder time, okay, money is due or something to that effect. And I might be skipping ahead.
No, you're right.
Then everybody started having questions.
Well, wait. What's this? And when is the trip? And what are the dates? And what's the airport? And where we flying from? And where we going to? And what?
And all the answers are in the email. They're all in the initial email that I sent, right? I love y'all, man. I swear I do. And so then you get another wave of people dropping off, right? And then you keep pushing forward and whatnot, and finally it trims down to who's actually about that life, who's actually going to put money down and get it popping, right? This wasn't a very expensive trip, relatively. I don't want to talk like I'm fucking rich, because I'm not.
Yeah.
But for, what was it, 7 days, 8 days, 7?
It was 7 full days.
7 full days in Egypt.
Yeah.
We paid under 3 or something like that.
Can I say I don't know how much it cost?
I can't remember. Yeah, because I paid for that shit. But
yeah, it was two.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it was like plus the flight. 400 something, and then another 17 or something like that. Yeah. So between the two of us, I think it was like 35 or some change, right? For all that time, and this is flights included, like not flight international, domestic flights between Cairo, Luxor, and Aswan, and the Nile cruise,
and the cruise,
which was absolutely
phenomenal. It was so great.
Incredible. Yo.
It was just so great. I recall sitting on the roof with a mojito, drinking a book. I'm drinking a book.
Drinking a book. Yeah.
Drinking a book.
That too.
I was reading the book and drinking my mojito and looking at the landscape as we cruised down the Nile. And it was an experience that I'll never ever forget. It was just, and there were multiple cruise ships doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's
so
a
you
thing.
could see them, all the boats and stuff. And Aswan was beautiful. The Aswan airport was lovely. Remember, we flew Cairo to Aswan, and then we boated Aswan to Luxor, and then we flew back Luxor back to Cairo.
Yeah. All those things.
Such an experience, seeing the actual the monument, seeing the pyramids. How did you feel about seeing them? Because you have them tattooed on your body.
I have King Tut tattooed on my right calf.
Isn't there a pyramid there too?
Yeah. He's a pyramid in there or something like that. I don't know if there isn't. I can't remember right now. Okay. But
how did you feel?
I mean, I felt an attachment. Clear, I had this tattoo before we even went, so I've had an attachment to Egypt and the continent of Africa in general. However, even though Egypt doesn't really feel like I think Africa is going to feel like in other countries, it feels like the Middle East. And I've been to the Middle East before, so it did feel like that. However, it felt amazing. Like standing there looking at the pyramids, just driving by them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
We were in deep in downtown Cairo, and you see in the backdrop
pyramids.
Giza. Just there. Just
chilling.
Everybody's just like unbothered by it, and I'm like,
well, they live there every day. You know what I mean?
So, but as we drove closer, I was like,
it's majestic. It's like it's a lot. It's a whole lot. It's it gets its own segment for real, because I'm looking at these pyramids and I'm looking at these monuments and these I don't really want to call them monuments. What are they called? Where they bury everybody, the tombs and stuff. The precision. You can't tell me that they didn't have quote unquote technology back then.
I just want to know what they had.
They had something.
What machine was cutting? We were standing looking at pillars that were tall as built skyscraper buildings, basically. I mean, really tall buildings.
Tall.
And they were whole faces at the top. There were hieroglyphics, painted, colored structures. There were forts that were built. There were cities there was just so much. And the lines, the curves, the angles, the precision is not a man or a woman with a chisel and a hammer just carving this out. No, I refuse to believe that. And that's one of the earliest things I challenged our tour guide on, because he kept saying they did all of this with no technology. And I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Maybe they had technology and it got lost. You know what I mean? Because intentionally,
maybe intentionally, or maybe not. Or over time, because the hieroglyphics language was lost for many years,
right?
And then they started finding out what was going on. But maybe they had technology, and it's not the technology that we had, or maybe it was something better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my mind was blown. It was just great to be there. And I was around, I was people that I love and that love me. And that was just an amazing way to bring in my 50th birthday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out.
You had a cake. They sang to you. They came out with the drums and everything.
Africa, baby. African drums.
It was really, really a good time.
You were trying to get me to do a color coordinated celebration for my birthday, and I refused. I don't like
no
color
all white, no all black, no
black and gold.
Nothing, y'all. Nothing.
Can you imagine the way it ended up going? Like, 'cause my birthday, we spent it on the boat, and it was basically a cafeteria style situation. Dining, it's a dining room, but it wasn't fancy like that. It was nice. But can you imagine us 6 Goombas dressed in all white sitting in the middle? We were in the middle of that room.
Tigers fight tigers.
We would have had fun. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. Let's be clear. But that would have been funny though.
It would. We had a really great time. We were going non-stop. Okay, non-stopical. We were up at hours of the morning.
Ungodly.
At the crack of dawn. One time I got on a boat in the dark that crossed the Nile to go to another to the Valley of the Kings to go hot air ballooning at sunrise.
Right. Yeah. I didn't go to that.
We saw the Valley of the Kings. It was gorgeous. We walked a lot. We ate some good food.
Yes.
We ate some so-so food.
Yes.
We experienced so much. I came home with a bunch of spices.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That was dope. Oils, perfumes.
Oh, my gosh.
We went crazy with that.
The oils until 2 bottles broke.
We lost 2 bottles and then still came back with a whole lot.
Lesson learned. I'm traveling with a lockbox from Italy.
I almost got arrested in Dubai.
Yeah, we had a little situation.
You want to go back?
Grab my drink.
So we went to on our way to Egypt. We had a layover in Dubai, and we planned it out. Where the flights kind of initiated that right.
The layover.
So we embraced the layover, and we stayed there for essentially a day, but it was 12 hours or so, but it was overnight. So we made the most of it. But Dubai is known for their amazing airport. And to kind of go back, we're kind of all over the place, but we flew Emirates. So that was a big deal. Yeah, that was really fly. We did their premium economy.
Yes.
Which is leagues above your average airline's first class. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, all y'all little Delta One people.
Stop. No, I'm not going to let you do that. Cut it out, yo. Cut it out. I'm not letting you do that.
Okay, fine. It is above even first class in most planes.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
We just flew United heading back to the DMV, and we walked through the first class, and it felt like a closet in there.
It was so tight.
The Emirates, I forgot, was the A380. I can't remember the name of the plane.
Yeah.
But that premium economy was phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, hot rags, drinks,
champagne,
all those good things. So
food.
You can't. They won't let you not eat.
Even in the middle of the night, y'all.
We woke up with
pizzas.
We were both asleep, right?
I got up to go to the bathroom, and they were walking through, and they were like, "Do you want pizza?" And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I woke up and there's a pizza sitting next to me.
Yeah, and I was like, "We're right there," and they put the stuff down, and we were in the front row of. It's a 24 seated cabin for premium economy. Blankets, pillows, and you get a
reclining chairs.
The feet come up under you. You get socks. You get like a little bag with a toothbrush, with the eye things, earplugs, socks,
compression socks.
You get all that stuff, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really nice.
So
for a flight that long. Yeah,
it didn't even feel like we were on a plane.
No, it didn't.
It felt like we were in the living room somewhere,
it was
seated,
nice.
and with the blankets and everything, and then the twilight, the stars above.
Like had to be like 15-inch screens.
Yeah, we had
gigantic screens. Yeah, it was fly.
And I just kept asking for sparkling wine or champagne, and they kept bringing it. So
we sat in like you said, we sat in the front row of that section. So my particular seat was right on the corner there, right next. The door was right there, and right through the door I could see the pods.
Yeah, the first class pods.
The first class pods are crazy, yo. Oh. Goals.
Yes,
one day, maybe one day.
Soon. Yeah, it's gonna happen. We'll see. It's gonna happen.
So we flew into Dubai, and Emirates and Dubai go hand in hand, clearly.
Yes. Okay. Listen, Emirates is Dubai, okay?
Yeah, it's all over the place.
It's everywhere. And they even have their own hotel because we stayed. We went to the hotel and showered and changed clothes and everything. And with
Emirates, if you have a layover for more than a particular amount of time in Dubai, I can't remember the number, they will give you a free hotel room, free food, and free transportation to and from. But we wanted to eat in a airport.
The Lebanese
place. The Lebanese spot. And it's a Lebanese spot in the airport. So we went to the hotel, got cleaned up, hustled our way into a tour at night.
Yeah, we saw the Burj Khalifa. We saw the Dubai Frame. We saw the Museum of Future. Yeah, we saw all of it. We took some photos. Got out real quick. Took photos and everything, and came back.
Got our stuff and went back to the airport.
Wild, okay? Absolutely wild, but worth it.
We had no idea what time it was, what time it should be, what day it was. We had it didn't matter what we were eating at what time. We were so off. Yeah. But we traveled across this hotel, it was not close. It was a lot of walking, and we finally got to the Lebanese spot, and it was absolutely incredible.
It was so worth the 4 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever time it was, trek that we did.
It was like 4 in the morning we ate there, huh?
So off. Okay, we were so off.
Hummus, shawarma.
Just spicy potatoes. I was eating all kind of stuff. Like it was just great.
Yeah, it was dope. Yeah. But with some of these countries, some of the men, they can be a little aggressive towards women, and
yes,
I had it's in Dubai. The guy, we get to the line to go through the security.
Yes,
and there's how y'all go. You walk into the joint, you walk all the way down the end, you come all the way around. There's like 5-6 rows of rope,
and no people.
No people. One guy in front of us.
One guy.
Right. He took the joint off.
Cut the line.
Cut the line that didn't exist.
The line that didn't exist.
He just took the rope off and walked over. Yeah. And we followed him.
Yeah, we followed him.
Well, he walked off. They let him walk off. And then they confronted us about, why did you do that? Mm-hmm. And I started getting into it with the security guy.
He yelled at me, and I was like,
and I went,
I did the same thing he did.
Right.
What about him?
Right.
Didn't go well.
Actually, that's not what happened. He did talk crazy to you.
Yes.
He said, why did you cut the line? And you said, and I noticed you said, what line? She did spark it. She sparked it.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he sparked it, but you responded.
Yeah, and then he came at me crazy. Like, don't come at me like I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not the one.
Then I started going crazy on him, and then you calmed me down and said,
he gets this face about me like if somebody say something crazy, and then he was like, "Oh, who are you talking to?"
Yeah. Oh my God. So it felt like a trap after a while. Like,
it did. Like he was trying to set us up to detain us.
Yeah.
And we were not trying to miss the
Egypt.
plane.
Yeah.
We're to get to the, so I was like, babe, let's just get through this. And let's just.
And you were right. It's like, just play it calm and cool in those scenarios. Because you don't want to be locked up abroad.
Right. You don't. And we've seen many stories, and they're usually brown people who've been getting locked up in Dubai.
There was a whole TV show about getting locked up abroad that we all loved and made us fear things.
Yeah.
But overall, man, great trip.
Great trip.
Beautiful. I mean, I did get into another situation in Aswan, I think it was, right?
It was Cairo.
No, it was Cairo, heading to Aswan.
Headed to Aswan because another guy said some crazy shit to me, and he was. His was different. Like that was about to be hands. Yeah.
And feet. I would have bit his face off.
Listen, I don't understand what it is, but
I couldn't believe he was talking to you.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking to the guy behind the counter. I couldn't believe this dude was being so aggressive towards my wife. And it escalated fast, and then it de-escalated probably just as fast, and we just kept it moving. But
because we were trying not to miss our plane, which apparently was late as hell anyway, so it didn't matter.
So yeah, man, beautiful situation. Egypt, Dubai, off the list. I mean, we did that.
Yeah, we did that.
Shout out. Once again, shout out to everybody. Joe, Donnie, Indy,
Sharita. We had a blast.
Love y'all, man. Love y'all.
4x4ing through the Sahara Desert, and I almost died.
4x4ing. You did get. She got on the back of an ATV, y'all. Shout out to Trina. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna die. I saw my life.
That was hilarious, man. We got on ATVs in the Sahara Desert, y'all.
Yo.
I was trying to move on from this. We gonna have a whole. I'm telling you.
Okay, we can
gonna move on. But we did the 4-wheeling in the Sahara Desert. It's sunset, and I'm trying to tell y'all,
that's crazy.
Incredible time.
I saw a lot of things.
Beautiful, y'all.
I saw a lot of things.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
We had to ride the ATVs through the city first.
Oh my gosh.
And we saw 2 dead horses.
Dead horses on the side of the fence.
It's a wild place. Cairo's wild.
It looks like there's no formal trash removal.
No, there's no trash removal. There's no anything. Like, it's a lot of poverty, right?
Yeah.
And typically, and we'll get off of this
after
this, but typically, when you have poverty in an area, you have crime. But they have Islam. It's a Muslim country. So while the poverty is there, the only harassment you're gonna get is people asking for tips.
Yeah,
they're trying to trick you into giving them tips all the time. It's a culture.
Tip culture is wild.
But you're not getting the crime, yo. Nobody's trying to rob you. Nobody's, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that over there. I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all, but there's no crime there. He said the last robbery happened 11 years ago in Cairo, I believe he said.
I believe that's what he said.
Yeah, man, super dope. I got to go to an 800-year-old mosque this was the end of Ramadan. So I got to go, you know what I'm saying, for Ramadan, the Eid prayer. While y'all was up in the air balloons, I was there doing that. And it was just a great situation, man. Shout out one more time. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Y'all get a chance to go do a tour company. Do not just go over there.
Oh, don't try to do it by yourself.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Get a guide, because the guide's got the ins and outs and how to skip through stuff and get you through the lines. And
you ready to get ratchet?
Let's go.
Buckle up, baby. It's time for Trina with the Unhinged News of the Week. Y'all been out there showing your ass, and we about to talk about it.
Oh my gosh, official.
What are we going to talk about first?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. It's been like, it's like the ratchety of the ratchet worst news.
Unhinged.
These are like the worst news stories to all happen in a mix of a bad bowl.
That's true.
Right now. So, let's do the Remy and Pat thing.
Oh, Remy and Pat. So, yeah, go ahead.
We got people who are like our age out here acting crazy.
Yeah, man.
Remy and Pat are legally still married because the check and the divorce was just filed in the last few weeks. They just finally filed the divorce papers.
Okay.
Remy and Pat both openly are in other relationships outside of their marriages. Remy was dating a guy who was in her rap battle club. Is that what it was?
Yeah, we'll call him Papoose.
So Remy is dating Papoose.
She was starting a rap battle league, and he was like the premier rapper in the league and whatnot.
So apparently they got cozy, and she was cheating with him. Papoose is dating Clarissa Shields,
She got
boxer. She has a documentary, a movie that recently came out about herself, starring Raven Dennis, I believe. Okay, don't ask
names.
We actually watched it. But so they are the couples, Clarissa and Remy are going at it. They are posting stuff up on Instagram, on stories, on all of this stuff. Now, while Remy and Pap are in their 40s, I think Papoose is 47, Remy is 45, I believe. They have adult kids, as well as they're from separate relationships, and as well as their daughter, Reminisce, I think that's her name, and she's like 7 or 6.
It's unfortunate.
Yes. All this crap. So mommy and daddy are arguing on Instagram every other night. And Clarissa
is ugly.
Furthers it by she's posting Pap on her page all the time. She's doing little videos and doing dances and all these things and calling him her love and her king or whatever, and they texting.
She's 27.
Yes, she's not even 30 yet. So let's put that into context, because apparently Pap's oldest child is only like 2 years younger than her.
Right.
Come on.
I mean, not that is. I mean, she's 27. She's almost 30. Not that having a kid that age is significant. However, it is awkward.
He could be her daddy.
He could, yeah.
Yes. So they be saying stuff back and forth. And one day Clarissa was on Instagram and said, how a woman who got a whole boyfriend mad at her husband for having a girlfriend.
Yeah. Listen, she's 27. So she's of a different era. Yeah, you know what I mean? So she's here for this internet shit.
She's here for it. So then Remy gets on and says, well, you're not the only one. You know there's a girl in California. There's a girl here. And Remy starts listing or posting or sharing the screenshots of the
Lord,
interactions. So at this point, I guess Pap, did he pawn? Remy got live. Okay, here it was. Remy went live and basically was like, listen,
he broke.
Boo, he ain't got no money.
She said he's the brokest man she's ever dated. Something like that.
He ain't got no money.
Your husband.
And he pawned her Cartier bracelet. And you got a lot going for you right now. So what are you doing with this loser?
You don't have. She doesn't have the right to use him being broke as a diss. You married this man. You married him.
It's a mess.
Whoever he was, you married him. So what does it say about you? You telling her that he's broke and so on and so forth, and he's claiming that she's been cheating multiple times. In the situation, he kept taking her back. It's sad because first, let me do my Brocky thing. This is all entertainment for me. I don't know these people. I don't care about these people. So if they live their lives in front of the screen, damn it, I'm going to treat it as entertainment. So they were this image of black love.
Yeah, they coined that during Love and Hip Hop when they were on it.
Yeah, she was locked up. He held her down the whole time. This is what it looks like way on the surface without knowing anything. They were together. She went to prison. He held her down, took care of the kids, visited her every day the way it came. I know it wasn't probably every day. Mm-hmm. Visited her every day. She came out. They got popping a little bit on TV, and then she got back into the streets. This is what it looks like way on the surface. Mm-hmm. Whatnot. I don't know about this nigga cheating. I don't know about her cheating. I don't know about any of these things. And all of a sudden, she shows up with Easy the Block Captain. And Papoose is out here is doing what black people do not like to do. Out here looking crazy.
Don't have me out here looking crazy.
She got Papoose out here looking crazy. She posted a pic of him without a hat on. Did you see that?
No.
I don't know if it's AI or what.
They're nasty.
Yo.
What does head look like?
I swear to God. Oh, it's not good.
That's why you always got on the hat.
Nigga, just shave.
Oh God.
Cut it off.
Oh God.
I don't know if it's real nice. You can do whatever you want to do, brother.
He look like George Jefferson?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's just not as dark and thick on the sides. It's just like, you know how I be around the house like by Wednesday or Thursday, my hair growing out. I don't even look that crazy. It look crazier than that.
Wow. Gotta go look for that. So
I can't be mad, but it's all.
Ultimately, we're all in this group chat, and I'll be happy when they get this divorce finalized.
She said she'll be happy
because maybe they'll stop posting all this shit because we don't care. We don't want to know about this. You feel bad for the little girl because when she gets older, she's going to be able to see all this dumb shit all over the internet that they've been doing.
You know what? Actually, by that time, how old is she? Like 7?
Yeah.
By that time,
it'll be out
the humans might not even have access to the internet anymore. Oh, AI might take over by then. So you know what?
Well, there's that. Well, there's that.
Yeah, that's crazy. They looking crazy out here, man. They look nuts because they're both rappers and whatnot, and street cred, all this dumb shit that doesn't really make any difference. But if we staying in the entertainment lane, they have this reputation with both of them as being thorough people, and they on the internet arguing. It's like, yo, just handle this shit privately.
Yeah. We don't need to know.
We don't need to know all this.
We don't. It's unfortunate, and it just seems like it every week or every month something else is going on. And like Clarissa need to be focused on boxing. Like, girl, go find you a boxer. Like, there's
find you a. Why can't she be with Papoose? Maybe she like him.
Okay.
You know. Yeah,
okay.
Man. Hey, listen.
I know you like what you like. Okay?
You like what you like. You know what I'm saying? She want her a rapper. Alphabetical Slaughter. Rapping.
A married rapper.
Yeah, well, you know, they not
There's
together.
That.
They are not together.
Don't let his wife keep you. Don't let that man. What do they say? Don't let your soulmate's wife keep you from being together. Okay.
Black man.
That's where we are.
Positive people, man. Do your thing, brother.
Oh yeah.
She doing her thing too, though.
Hey, listen. I don't even. Is it really doing her thing?
All four. Yeah.
I saw Remy has had some songs, I guess, coming or attempted songs coming. Like, she's had some really raunchy songs coming out as of lately. There's a couple of female rappers that she did like a song with, and then I saw her working on a song with Mano.
Oh, she still does music? Remy's washed.
Okay.
Yeah, she's on rent cycle right now.
Okay.
Nobody's trying to hear that shit.
So we're gonna move on to the next ratchet topic.
We got enough time.
I really don't know if I want to do this, but we are going to venture down this road.
What road?
The Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh shoot!
Unless you don't want to.
You don't value our relationship.
I do value our relationship, and I really don't want to do this because I just don't want to do this because I feel like there is something in the media structure, or there's something going on that there's a divide that they want maintained between black men and black women, and they use little events or little things like this to keep us at each other's throats. And so I sit on the edge of I don't want to do this because I feel like it's a setup. Like, I feel like this whole Megan Tory thing is a setup so that we can all be distracted from other important shit. Like, I don't think this is... There's just something else. There's something else that the reason why this keeps being revved up, the reason why this keeps coming out and every week, oh, but this, but that. None of the stuff that has come out recently is anything that was not reported before. I read the court transcripts, 167 pages. I went through it. She said all of the stuff. She said it during testimony.
She said what?
She said that she lied to the police. She said, I lied because I didn't want anything to happen to anyone, and in where I'm from, you don't cooperate with the police, you don't talk to the police, you don't say anything. And they're like, did you say such and such and such? Yes, I said it. Why did you say that? She gave her explanation. So what really happened? He shot. That's what she said. And they said, and what happened with your foot? Well, we went to the ER. I couldn't walk. I had to go to whatever therapy. They gave exhibit A, Exhibit B. They showed all of this shit and all of this stuff. And so there was nothing new. I will say that there were a lot of hearings. There were a lot of pretrial exchanges between Tory's judge, it's Tory's lawyer and the judge about admissible evidence, about people who were there to testify, who couldn't testify, or they were trying to do a time frame on what could be and what couldn't be. And there was a lot of legal jargon. There was literally about 40 pages of back and forth between the judge and the lawyers about admissible evidence.
Court case, yeah, that's how they go.
So a lot of legal stuff that we are not lawyers or whatever. So if at some point there were tons of times for them to readdress and say, we're going to put him on the stand, because there was so much communication going on between the judge about what was admissible, what couldn't happen, what was going to happen. And I just,
do you think that it's possible that that he could have been trying to protect them by taking a rap for what happened?
I don't understand. Well, why did he make the phone calls apologizing for what he did?
His lawyer said that he was apologizing for the whole thing, not for shooting her. He was apologizing because he was fucking Kelsey and then he fucked Meg on the low. And it came out, and that caused this whole
read
ruckus.
The transcript about what happened in the car, how he said you need to stop lying to your you need to stop lying to your friend. Was that the actual
he said
phrase?
That's what he said. He was apologizing for messing with both of them and whatnot.
But there was another thing that they submitted that they were reading, him apologizing for what he did to her, and the request of him offering the $1 million to her and Kelsey to not say anything, and his statement of, I can't go back, or I can't get another gun situation. Like she in the transcript, she's saying what he said to,
right,
as far as,
because she said a bunch of stuff too, like she's lied and whatnot. What makes her so credible?
What makes either one of them credible?
I keep asking questions. You're not answering the question.
You
didn't answer the first question of, do you think it's possible that he was trying to protect them too?
I don't know. You
don't think that? You don't know if that's possible?
Yes, it's possible.
And so it's a lot of stuff. Did you look at the 36 hours later website that they put up? No?
I went to the court documents because I just wanted to. I never read the transcripts on what she said.
From what the witness is saying, right?
Okay, let me ask. What witness is this, and is this someone who testified?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't follow court cases like that. You know what I'm saying? But they put video out so you can hear the person talking to the police on site.
Okay.
And they said that the two girls were outside of the car fighting, and then one of the girls was shooting, and then the guy, the shorter guy, because I guess the driver or security guard or whatever is a bigger dude probably. Tory's 4 foot nothing, whatever. But the shorter guy, then he gets out of the car. Like this is fresh on site and whatnot. He thought he heard it. Yeah. So he said, he right there on the spot is what he said, that he saw the girls fighting and whatnot, which goes against what she said happened. Like he said he saw the girl shooting, but then he said it was dark, so I can't say for sure or whatnot. But he saw the two girls fighting, and then they got video of all the what's it called, the police cam or whatever. All that stuff came out and whatnot of her saying that and I stepped on some glass and whatnot and blah blah blah. So this man had a gun, right, and was saying dance bitch dance, and shooting at her feet. You think her instant reaction would be to try to protect him? Like just from a logical perspective?
If he said dance bitch dance, he said dance bitch dance, and then he shot at her or whatever 5 times and whatnot. Shot her and actually shot her in the foot
Both feet, because she said she got shot in both feet, right?
No, the fragments were in both feet. This is what the testimony is, that the exhibit from the lawyer from the hospital was
I think they have her on video saying he shot me in both feet. I think so. Maybe she thought she was shot in both feet. I don't know, but I think that there's video on that site that they put up, her saying that he shot me in both feet and whatnot. And she said that she had nerve damage in one of her feet.
Both.
And then they said that there's nothing in the doctor's paperwork or whatever that said that she had any type of nerve damage.
But the court records do.
They got the court records on the site too.
I just read it.
Maybe we were reading two different things, but I'm saying it's right there, and it says the joints. I mean, it's a lot of information.
But it could also be a lot of lies too.
Right, and that's the thing. Why is it only possibly lies on his side? Why? I don't understand this.
Okay, I think, like I said, I think that this is a bigger thing.
Right, now it's a bigger thing. Before, it's not a bigger thing. Before, we hear black women saying, protect black women, protect black women, protect black women.
I still say that.
Well, I'm going to tell black women, let's alter that statement. No, don't roll your eye. Listen, let's alter that statement. Protect black women that are in your life. Because I'm not jumping out the window for some chick that I don't know. Like, I don't know Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know her personality. I don't know anything about her. I'm protecting the black women. I'm protecting you. I'm protecting Tiff. I'm protecting Keisha, Lachelle, Michelle, both Michelles. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that I rock with are who I'm protecting. I have no responsibility to protect black women on the internet. You don't know who's lying and who's telling the truth. So black men, I don't think, should be held accountable for internet traffic when it comes to black women and or anybody. You don't know what these people are capable of, how they've lived their lives, how they're living their lives, or what their character is like. You understand where I'm coming from with that?
But how does that work as a society?
I'm going to tell you how it works as a village. I have a village. You do too. We have a tribe. We have a village, right? I always preach this on this show. Once you start stepping out of that, you have zero control. Your knowledge is less, and you don't know what's really happening out there. So if someone says something happened to them, I was, some sexual assault happened and whatnot. Yeah, I'm going to believe her until she gives me reason not to. But I'm not about to jump out the window. Like, she could be lying.
I understand.
And it happens.
Yes, lies do happen.
It happens.
Agendas happen. Protection happens.
Niggas be lying too.
Dudes be lying too. But what I don't agree with is the manosphere of pods and men in the industry gang piling on her. And all of the just the rhetoric that's out there that gleams the hate towards her, the black woman hate. And what it feels like as a collective is the black woman hatred.
Because she looks like you. You see yourself in her. She's a black woman. But what if she's a bad person? And I don't know this about her, but we've heard things about her. She has a reputation in the industry, is what people say.
So did Puffy.
Yes, and he's a piece of shit. We can easily identify that he's a piece of shit. Why can't we do that on the other side? What if she's a piece of shit? And that's the thing. We don't know her. So
I agree. I agree that I don't know her. I agree. I agree with that. I just find it hard to sit and say that this girl didn't go through what she went through. She went through something that night. Okay. Something happened. She was injured.
3 people went through something that night.
3, okay. Yes. Right. 3 people went through something.
Because her and Kelsey got into a fight.
Of the 3 people, the one who had an opportunity to free himself or free himself, speak, to give himself that type of, clear his name, so to speak.
didn't.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. He was stupid for sticking to this dumbass no snitching or whatever the fuck it is. Like these rappers, the way they be moving out here.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying all right, this is the premise is that he didn't do it, right? The premise is that Kelsey shot the gun and he was trying to stop Kelsey from doing whatever she was doing. That's the premise. That's what they're saying the actual truth is, right? But when they asked him what happens, he wants to stay quiet. He doesn't want to say what happened. He doesn't want to say Kelsey did it. Because in hip hop, that's the end of your career. Because of this dumb fucking rule of don't snitch on nobody, don't say nothing. Y'all not street people.
But why would Meg, because her and Kelsey are no longer friends, why wouldn't she say, if her friend shot at her, why wouldn't she say that she shot her?
Why? And that's crazy. They're no longer friends, but according to the records, Meg's people paid her rent for a year after this happened. Documentation on
her assistant.
Huh?
She has been her assistant.
If they don't fuck with each other anymore and there's no contract, let's not make excuses for it.
It
looked crazy, man.
First of all, I don't have no proof. I don't have no bank accounts. I don't have no statements, so I don't know.
Either. I'm just going to court. This is all it's all entertainment for us.
But it's not entertainment. It's very unfortunate. It's sad. It's sad that all these lives have been affected by a situation, and that it comes down then to the hate of a person and the bullying, the cyberbullying, the attacks, all of that stuff that she then is experiencing. Even after it's all quiet, people are still fucking with her.
And here's the crazy thing is that if it all comes out, right, that this nigga was telling the truth and she was lying the whole time, then black women just gonna go quiet. Nobody's gonna take accountability. It happens, yo, that the brick to the face chick did it to y'all before. She was out there talking about some black man didn't help me, didn't protect me, I got hit with a brick, and she was lying, and then it just went away. And it's like, why are we being held to this standard to believe these people who might not be good people? We can just doubt. We don't know if this is a good person. Like, this is a person on the internet. Talk to me about Takia or, you know what I'm saying, Lachelle, or somebody that I know and I can vouch for. Then we can have a conversation. But when we're talking about people on the internet, I don't know this fucking woman. I don't know this woman. She could be a bad person. So I'm not saying that you should believe that she is, or any black woman or person should believe that she is. If you know she is, then that's a different thing. But don't just dismiss the possibility that this woman could be lying. She could be lying. This is the entertainment industry. They sweep things under the rug. They make things happen. It could happen. It could happen. This dude has gotten 10 years. And it's not for shooting Meg. It's just for possession of a gun that didn't have his DNA on it. It's crazy. 10 years, yo? And he's dumb for taking 10 years. If he actually didn't shoot this woman, he's an idiot for going to prison for 10 years to take a rap for somebody. This is crazy. I just want to acknowledge on all sides that there's some funny, stupid business happening. I don't think that there's 100% innocence anywhere in those three people. And I love my wife. Let's be clear with that. I protect black women in my life. Straight up. You come to me and tell me any black woman that I know and I'm friends with, you come to me and tell me something, then I'm going to believe you. Period. There's going to be no doubt. And I have the security of being able to do that because I know these people. But this shit, man, the entertainers, yo, they be lying to us. And they get us fighting. We're not fighting right now, but they get us fighting, yo. Be out here talking about a chick got hit with a brick. And all of a sudden, black men don't protect. Every black man in your life is protected. Not you. I'm talking about in general. You look around to the black men that's actually in your life and they're protecting you. But you don't expect fucking Snoop Dogg to protect you. He don't know you. I mean, so it's the same way on the other side.
I feel like the cyberbullying and the stuff that she's experienced, it's sad. It's not good. It's disgusting. And I think that people who are, figures who use their platforms to further, double down on and stuff, it's not necessary.
Yeah, I can dig it. I understand. I don't think anybody should be bullied. You know what I'm saying? Even if you've done some bad things in your life, I don't think that you should be bullied.
And just because someone has a quote unquote reputation, there's tons of men running around with even worse reputation.
Hell yeah.
And they don't get held accountable for it.
They
actually get praised for it, or they're feared and respected.
That's a whole other problem. Those, as they say, two things they both can be true, right? As you call it, the patriarchy. Yes. We already know how our society is driven, one, by white men.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Yes.
It's driven by white men, right? And then the male patriarch, then the power structure and all these things, whatever, it works against women. Men are able to do all these wild things that they used to do out in the open back in the day, working in the office space, patting chicks on the ass, all these things and whatnot. Now it just kind of get hidden because you have the public scrutiny, the internet, and all that kind of stuff. Men are still doing these things. It's a horrible situation. Don't get it twisted. That is true. You are right about that. There's a lot of men running around doing worse things, and these niggas are starting to get pulled onto the carpet.
Praise the Lord.
But real quick before you go on, real quick. I'm just saying that some of those stories coming out are true. Some of them are not. And we have to acknowledge that. There's always, where there's money, there's always opportunity for somebody. I've been trying to tell you, we need to sue Diddy for the past 3 years, and you don't want to do it. But people will be jumping on the bandwagon, man, and it's disgusting, but this is the society that they set up for us. Capitalist society. Love you though.
As the president of the Black Women Delegation, I just want to say that we support Meg and we don't wish for the cyberbullying and the pod sphere of men's podcasts who choose to, attack her. It's not necessary. You could just be quiet. You ain't gotta say nothing.
Yeah.
Well, whatever your personal theories are.
Yeah, I'll let that be it. I don't want to keep going. Drag this out.
So in others,
so that's the pod sphere.
The pod sphere is.
So we kind of touched that on now.
Yeah, we touched that.
The pod sphere.
The pod sphere.
Did you come up with that?
Patriarchy.
Did you come up with that?
Sphere. No, I've heard
that's what they're saying.
I don't know I can't remember, but yeah, the
pod sphere. Yeah. Well, all right. What else is on the who else is unhinged? I was unhinged just now. No, I was organized. That was good. Go ahead. Who else unhinged?
Well, we have a RICO case happening right now.
Oh yeah. Who? Oh man.
An individual who many won't come forward and speak on because I guess they're afraid that they're on tape somewhere.
This is that patriarchy shit we was talking about. This is real. That power.
So we are in week 3.
Yeah,
we just closed week 3 of the Diddy RICO case in New York. And Mr. Combs is being tried under the racketeering, what does RICO stand for again? Conspiracy and organized. Basically, that he used his organization, Bad Boy Enterprises, to carry out criminal behavior.
Sex trafficking.
Which the criminal behavior includes kidnapping, arson, the acquisition of illegal drugs, transporting drugs and illegal and prostitution across state lines.
Yeah.
And also the entity or the organization of Bad Boy Enterprises doing this stuff abroad as well, as in Paris. His assistants have testified to acquiring drugs for him and his associates in Ibiza, Paris, and some other locations. So it's an organization that is conspiring to carry out illegal activities at the behest of its leader, Mr. Combs.
Right.
So various people have been testifying. Cassie did 2 weeks of testimony practically while being basically 9 months pregnant. Okay. Because she delivered the baby,
had the baby, you know,
this weekend. And she set the stage or the groundwork for the basic behaviors and activities of one Mr. Combs.
Yeah.
So it's just been a lot of horrible experiences.
Disgusting.
Beating, abuse, drug use, freak offs, male escorts, drug use. We now understand that Diddy has some sort of an extreme addiction to opioids.
Yeah.
Astroglide.
Baby oil.
Ecstasy.
Is he addicted to baby oil too, or no?
Baby oil. He liked to watch Cassie have sex with other men in the room and would try to attempt to cover his identity, but the guys would be like, I knew who it was. And another part of it was he conspired to withhold and afford an ability like that. He hired her as an artist under the guise of being an artist, but only to withhold the business opportunities by not allowing her to put the albums out.
Yeah.
And then
10 album deal.
And using her as a sex slave, so to speak. So that is what's happening right now. And various people are just coming forward and testifying. So we had a few of his male assistants, and then we had Capricorn Clark this week, who's testified, I believe, 3 days. We've had Dawn Richard from Dirty Money testify, and a few of these people do also have cases against him in civil litigation right now. So there's, a lot going on when you read about the transcripts, because they're not allowing TV in there because this is a federal case. A lot of the transcripts say that he's passing notes angrily to his legal team, like
right. They do work for him.
Yeah, they do work, and he is controlling the show. He's telling what to ask and what not to ask. The extortion charge is that of Cassie's parents, where he threatened to release the sex tape and ordered her family to pay him $20,000 by way of the bad boy accountant and the bad boy accounts.
Yes, that's RICO-ish.
And
that
then
sounds RICO-y.
Give the money back. So
yeah, he put them through the stress of getting the $20,000.
Yes.
This is a regular family.
Yes.
They had to refinance their house, got the money, paid, and then he just gave it back in a week or something like that, without even a conversation.
Yeah, he said that he was doing it because he wanted to recoup the money that he spent on her over time.
$20,000 to a billionaire.
Yeah. Also, Cassie's former best friend testified that he beat her, or he choked her, as well as hit her in the head with a wooden hanger, and they paid her off. That she did receive the money, the payoff for that. Again, assistants, the Punisher, for those who know, he testified. And we learned that he
I don't think I'll ever get rid of that drop. Go ahead.
And we learned that he OD'd back in 2012. Puff OD'd. And that he consistently walks around with a Louis Vuitton bag full of pills, coke, cash, I guess, because he's paying people.
We need to edit this and put everything in past tense.
Allegedly.
That Negro's in. No, not allegedly. I'm not giving him the allegedly. Because he ain't currently doing a damn thing.
Right.
He walked around.
He walked around with a Louis Vuitton bag full of drugs and money. And even on the night that the feds actually came to arrest him, the Homeland Security investigations agent who checked his room found all of the same stuff.
Even then, that's an addict.
2025.
That's an addict.
He still had the drugs, the Astroglide, and there was a woman, but they won't say who the woman was.
Astroglide. That's such a funny name. Yo.
We've had testimony about his ability to trash hotel rooms after the freak-offs, that they were stained by baby oil, candle wax, and questionable things, questionable stains. And odors and smells to rooms that the cleaning staff, there was one, I think the Intercontinental, who always just automatically charged $1,000 additionally to repair the room after he would stay in it. So this was, known things happening. And so we're still in the midst of testimony. The judge is very having this under control. He ain't having it. He ain't playing. He tells them to wrap it up.
Yeah.
He gets on.
You gotta be in control with the case is big.
Let's move on to the next thing. And who's the next one? We got 30 more minutes. We can fit another witness in. Like, he's very much in control of this and not being bullied. So it'll be interesting to see if he's cooked or if he will get off, if he'll have if they don't fit, he must acquit moment. I don't know. But apparently the jury has been very responsive to several testimonies, crying at times, gasping at times from the different things that they're hearing.
He cooked.
About his behavior.
They said that the girl who was testifying this week, is that the Mia girl?
No, Mia has not. She's coming to testify.
That's the
other assistant who they haven't named.
They said that whoever she is, I saw them talking about it on Breakfast Club. Homegirl that's been reporting that the defense mistakenly exposed a payoff that he did to her back in 2012. And and they said that they had her read the document, and she was like, this is something, because they're saying that she said that he raped her, and they're basically like, how could you still be blah blah blah. He wrote her like a letter of recommendation. So if y'all was this whatever, why would he write you a letter of recommendation? And she was like, this is from 2012. They're like, no, this is from 2021. Please read blah blah blah. She's like, no, this is from 2012 as a result of the payoff that happened. And then the prosecution got up there, was like, well, since they introduced it and they got, so there's like, that was a big mistake from his defense, whatnot. They mixed that up and introduced something that, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't have to introduce. Yep, nobody even asked about. They didn't even know about. Nobody knew about this payoff, or whatever that happened. So it's crazy. Can I add? I don't. Diddy's a scumbag, right? I think it's clear to everybody. We saw what he did to Cassie, right? I don't like, speaking of the pod sphere, I don't like the pods, it's been the male pods. Some podders, not all podcasts, but some of the podders on some of these podcasts, for some reason, want to put Cassie on trial. Cassie's not on trial. So let's run it down, right? If we saw what he did to her, right? So it's either she's telling the truth about all this shit that he did in addition to beating her the way that we saw, or she's lying about all the other stuff, right? And she just came up on a payday. Either way, y'all can stop it. If she came up, she came up. If he put himself out there to get exposed like that by a person, then he's a fool. Why are y'all throwing so many shots at her for either telling the truth or playing her position and capitalizing off of it? Either way, you know what I'm saying? If she was actually participating in the stuff and then she ended up getting a payday off of this dude, then guess what, man? She won. It is what it is. I don't think that's what happened. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that she was saying is so detailed. All these things, whatever, through all those years, I believe it. She has people who are testifying that, yeah, I was, I know her, and this happened to me as a result of, or I saw him do this to her, and all these things. Son, it's like, what else do you need? This nigga is clearly a menace to society. And she's not on trial. I think her testimony was just to lay the foundation. Yeah. To show what this dude is capable of, what he's been doing.
But why do you think that men in the pod sphere can't accept the foundation that has been laid, that keeps being attested to over and over and over by all of these women who were abused, and some of the men too who were abused under the Diddy regime?
It's some men in the pod sphere, not all,
but
of
a
course.
large majority.
No, I'm not. I can't say that because I don't watch.
I don't
large, know that.
A lot are,
right. Like let's just stick with the pod that I watch. I watch Joe Budden podcast, right? And you got two people on there who are playing that position. Then you got people who are on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So it's equal in that. I don't watch a lot of podcasts and whatnot. So shout out to Mark Lamont Hill, you know what I mean? and Ice. Because they are bringing out the other side. Now, this could be on purpose. It's a podcast. So they can say, hey, let's take some sides on this and whatnot. And they could be such great podcasters that they make us believe that they actually believe these things. This is kind of like what it's about.
Okay.
It's like me going on that rant about Meg Thee Stallion, and then behind the scenes, I'm telling you that, I believe everything that Meg Thee Stallion says. Like, if you're that good, you're that good. I don't know these people, but so to answer your question, there's probably various reasons why people are taking these stances. One, some of these niggas are just idiots, and they believe these things because of the whole male ego, patriarchy, whatever you want to call it and whatnot. And then some people probably just podding. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get on the pod and have the same views on everything, because that's boring. You gotta oppose. So I gotta at least say that that's an option. That some people are just taking those paths, those stances, just because they're podding. You know what I mean? But I think it's nasty. I think the whole putting Cassie on public trial in the eyes of the public is kind of crazy in with the circumstances.
I mean, again, this is a woman who was suicidal, who endured a decade of abuse that was witnessed by many. Police. She endured all of this, and nobody did anything to say. Some people did try to protect her. Some people did try to tell her to get away. Some people did try to
assist her,
and fell at the hands of him in retaliation for them getting involved in the situation.
And that's the key, is like when you have somebody like Kid Cudi who gets his vehicle blown up, and that's something that's known in circles and whatnot. It doesn't reach us. We wouldn't have known unless someone told us about it. But people in the know, they know that's enough to keep a lot of people quiet. When you see the acts of violence that he can perform and the power that he has, it's enough to keep people quiet. It's a lot of people that's scared to step out because of what he could do to them.
How did we get there? Nobody holding him accountable. There's tons of people at my alma mater, Howard University, tons of graduates who were former classmates or people from Mount Vernon who knew him, who looked at him as a god in form of he made it, he did all these things, and was, a great musical genius to image people and create a sound and do all these things. But how did we get to a place where you sit at a dinner and watch him cold punch her in the face and y'all sit and keep eating like nothing happened?
You and I have talked about how he can be doing all these things and then get in front of the camera and talk about brother love and all these other things. He's a master manipulator. We know this. He's one of those people. We watch documentaries on Netflix, all these different stations about these people who are masters at manipulating and controlling people.
Yeah.
And they attract those people that they can control. So he's good at what he does. Like that's how.
There have been so many people named as witnesses to different various events that Cassie experienced. And I just wonder, what are you all thinking right now? Because you were there.
Yeah.
And you did not.
It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But, someone like you or someone like me, I would never be in that environment. I would never be around that. I couldn't, you can't, your money doesn't mean anything to me. I don't value money enough for you to be able to control me with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't care what you do or the threats or anything you do. If I feel like I'm going to call the police on this nigga because he did A, B, and C, then I'm just going to do it. Mm-hmm. You can't. And if you take me out because of it, it is what it is. Like, that's not something that's going to scare me.
There are just tons of people who I know from our age demographic when we were in our 20s who would have killed for a job at Bad Boy or just killed to be in the industry or were in the industry and watched, things happen and said, well, that's just how it goes here, type of thing. Yeah, and here we are now, fast forward 20 something years later, and this person is being held accountable for behaviors for decades that no one ever checked them on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
So, yeah. That is that. I think that's all the ratchet that
Unhinged.
I wanted.
Unhinged. You want to, let's lighten it up.
We're the Where's Brunch podcast,
Hey.
as you can see, and here's what we're watching.
I missed that.
Excuse me, partner. Can you keep that shit down? You see me watching TV.
Hey.
It's been a while, huh?
It's been so long. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, baby.
So, there's this fantastic series on Netflix called Forever. And it is based on a Judy Blume book of the 80s, I believe, late 70s, early 80s time frame, that Mara Brock Akil adapted into a all black cast and all this stuff, and it's set in LA, and it's just this beautiful story of budding young love and responsibility and being a young adult coming into age and understanding your sexuality and protecting it and being exploited and just being in high school when you screw up, you straight up screw up something at some point, and how your parents, how black parents act, and and it was just, I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful series that got renewed for a season 2, and I just loved the parents.
Yeah,
the parents spoke to me.
What's his name?
Wood.
Yeah, Wood. What?
Wood.
The dad.
Wood Hill.
This is one name that you don't know. You know everybody's name.
Why do I keep messing up his name? Because I'm thinking of his brother right now.
His brother is the other one.
Yes.
From all the other stuff.
Okay, keep talking.
You talk. It was a dope show, man. I enjoyed it. And he's one of my favorite actors. I like him. He's really dope. The mom was really dope too.
She was amazing.
I thought you had it.
Karen Pittman is the mom. Wood Harris. Yes,
Wood Harris. That's the man. That's the homie right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wood Harris. You know what I'm saying?
I just loved the dad that he was.
Yeah, he had the wisdom, and he displayed that at all times. Like, he knew his wife. He knew how to manage his family. He knew how to guide his son. So we don't want to give away too much. We're not going to do spoilers here.
Oh, please. Y'all should have seen it by now. It's been out for a month.
Well, we just finished it. What, a week? We watched it all in 2 days?
Yeah.
Like last weekend.
Listen.
but you gave the premise for the show, so
Yes.
we don't necessarily have to spoil it because it's not like that. It's not like a Marvel movie or some shit. But it's definitely worth the watch. At first, I was like, okay, this is cool. This is a cool little thing because it focuses on the kids, and I felt like I do feel like I didn't know it was based on a book first.
Judy Blume?
Yeah, I didn't know that until just now. So I understand they did it the way that they did it. But if they wanted to expand it at all, I thought that, like I said to you during it, another storyline of the parents, of the adults, would have been nice for me as an adult watching the show. But that's the only thing I can come up with, and that's just because that's what I do. It was really good, man. It was dope. It was really well done. It was, the energy was really good. You had the classic, like you said, the highs and lows. You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake. We gotta make up. We gotta figure it out. All these things, whatever.
And I love
had
you.
all those elements.
And virginity.
This stupid love.
Virginity lost. All that stuff.
Virginity lost. I guess we are spoiling a little bit, but virginity lost and complete animalistic sex getting introduced as kids.
But for real, that's how these kids are right now. They are sexing, okay?
That's how kids are, period.
No,
but it's not now. It's all it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think it was realistic as far as that
Hell
goes.
yeah.
Like it's even like the part. Okay, I won't. Never mind.
Yo, Watch Forever on
Watch
Netflix.
Forever.
It was really
Okay,
dope.
I
Really
can
dope,
say
man.
that I recognized with Dawn, the mother, Justin's
Oh my
mother.
God, you see yourself in her so
I
much.
saw myself in her so much as a helicopter momish type situation where you come from a place of you got to your career, you got to a certain place of excellence in your life, and you expect that excellence for your kids. And it's not easy. Being a black mom ain't easy. No. Especially not if you put your kids in PWIs. If you put your kid in a private school that's primarily white, then you worried about whether the child is going to bring another race home, and you just want them to be with the same race. Like,
let's be clear, everybody. We all dance around and shit.
And
whatnot.
interracial relationships.
Oh yeah, everybody just love who you want to love, and that's true. You can. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done it. You've done it. And whatnot. But the whole tribalism is a real thing. And we want to, everybody wants someone to bring their own home. That's what they want. This is what they want.
A black girl.
A black girl. You know what I'm saying? So that was part of the trailer, I think, right? They showed that part. Like, so excited that their son, who was in a PWI, was high school, brought home a black girl. They were really happy about it. She was really happy about that.
Mom was.
That's you. I swore my son was going to end up dating a white girl. We moved to Waldorf, and then Waldorf got black as hell.
I mean,
quick.
My one daughter did for a little bit.
John B?
Yes.
Oh, John B.
Yeah,
That was my
John
man
B.
right there. John B was smooth.
He was
boy.
smooth, boy.
That boy was smooth, man. She gonna be so mad she watched this.
Oh my gosh, she is.
It is what it is.
But so
You're not the boss of me.
Yes, but it's really great, and it got renewed for a second season, so it's coming back
Shortly after it came out, too.
Shortly after it came out, it's still very high on the list of rankings of TV shows for Netflix. It's really high, and it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do because
Yeah, let's chill.
So it'll be interesting to see where they take the story and how far they're going to fast forward through things in the next season.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to have a conversation. Let's keep that point off mic. I want to talk about that. This could be interesting.
Okay.
We're about to conclude this thing, but I do want us to talk a little bit about what's coming up and how it ties into what you're doing now.
Yeah, so we are going to Tuscany. Hey. I am hosting a wine retreat For a week in Tuscany, hosting a group of 12 total, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it kind of coincides with the changes that I've made as far as my work life. I am now a certified well-being coach.
That's what they call it, well-being?
Yeah, it's a certified well-being coach. If you read the certificate, it actually says certified well-being.
Well, wellness is catchy.
Yes, but wellness coach is the catchphrase. Over the 3 months when we first moved, I was in class. I was going to class to learn how to be a coach, a wellness coach. I've got a nutrition class that I'm doing and a life coach class. But I finished the wellness portion and I'll sit for my boards next month. Mm-hmm. So in doing that, I am now open for business. Yeah. Hey, I told you going to be a lot of applause. To coach women who want to be well. A wellness coach is not a therapist. Let me just say that first and foremost. We are guides. So whatever your issue is that you want to work on, that you want to improve, that you want to grow to, those are the things that I'm there to guide you through. So yes, Be Well with Trina is now my IG. BeWellWithTrina.com.
No more chick on the scene, huh?
No more chick on the scene. She's gone.
Ooh, she gone.
No more of that.
Big change.
Be Well with Trina on TikTok, Instagram, Substack. I just did my first Substack today.
Doing things.
And so yes, I hope to coach people. I have 1 hour sessions that are called the One and Done Wellness Reset. And then for those who want to work long term with me, I have the Be Well Blueprint, which is a 12-week wellness program where I walk you through working on whatever you want to work on.
Yo, I heard, I've been here the whole time, of course, while you were coaching people, because you had to coach 50 people and whatnot to get to the point where you could even take the exam. Well, you're already certified, but then the exam does another part. You're really good at this. You're really good at this. It's such a natural thing for you. This whole thing, it's crazy that it exists and you exist at the same time, because it's just like it's the same. It's you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's not something that you're doing. Mm-hmm. It's something that you are.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I love that. It's you're really good at it. Sometimes you're so good at it because it feels like you're just having a conversation with a friend. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that is something that I think that really benefits people, and that people want that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It makes anything. You're relatable, and mm-hmm. you're soft, you're comfortable, you're understanding. You have a lot of great qualities that enables you to be really good at this, and this you're just starting. So it's crazy. Like, what the hell? I'm over here like, well, maybe she should just go to become a doctor and become a therapist, because it's dope, man. It's dope. I've been watching and witnessing. It's really fly, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I
really
appreciate
proud. Really
it.
proud.
I appreciate it. I know this. Listen, I didn't know it was all going to be this. It turned into something. I knew I wanted to do it. I thought I was just going to be doing something like on the side while I was working, eventually have some customers or have some clients or whatever. But
you walked away from a good government check.
I did.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're doing it.
So get at me.
Amazing.
Be Well with Trina. I'm here to help you if you need some assistance. But honestly, I have to find clients who actually want to work on their wellness, because I don't know, I think people don't really realize that they have to take observation of what isn't going well for them.
Wellness coaching is new.
Yeah.
Right? I don't, maybe within the last, 10 years tops?
Probably.
And for 5 of those 10, probably was really on a low. So people need to be introduced to this concept.
Absolutely.
And because everyone says I need therapy. Well, that's a process, right? You go to therapist, you might not like the person, or it costs money. There's insurance, all these things, whatnot, and in that and whatnot. And that's a different level. You're not a therapist, like you said.
Right.
There's something in between there, and I get it now. Like at first, it was like I didn't really completely understand and whatnot, and it did come off as a thing that can be done on the side. But no, I see what it is, and I see how people can benefit from it. So people need to be educated on it.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, and see it as a viable option and whatnot. And and then you got it's a whole other thing that we're not going to get into because we're about to wrap this segment up, this whole episode up. But again, with the whole segregation thing that we kind of laughed at about bringing a white boy home or a white girl home, and you want a black kid. In the black community, we are scared of therapy still.
Yes.
We're getting there now. So, your demographic is going to be mostly black women, at least to start off. It's all about marketing and stuff like that. And we'll figure that stuff out and get the reach way out there. But when you're dealing with black folks, it's going to take some convincing and education. So you're doing that. Your social media stuff, you've been, you're doing your talking head. I've been all about the talking head videos.
Yes.
Like you gotta share yourself.
Yes.
You've been doing that and whatnot. And while, your immediate circle or your followers or whatnot, they'll catch on. They'll catch on. And then, and if not, you'll just jump over them and you'll get a whole other audience and whatever that's going to be all about what you're doing. And then after that, then the closer people will catch on. That's sad, but it's true, yo. It's sad but true. So yeah, just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep doing it, yo. We here. We doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what
Definitely.
I'm saying? I'm happy.
Thank you.
Excited about it.
I'm excited too. So thank you.
Yeah, you're dope.
Oh, thank you.
I love you.
I love you more.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah,
we made it.
We made it. We got a marathon here. In my mind at least. I don't know how many segments we did, but we missed you guys.
Yeah.
I missed this. This is dope to get back to this.
Same.
It's always something that's like, well, I don't want to start back. Then we're going to go to Tuscany, have to take a break. And we were going to start back before, but then we had to go to the DMV for the graduation situation. So, but we can't keep putting it off. Now it's time.
Hold up. Shout out to us. Because we ain't got no kids no more.
Beans, relax, Beans.
Oh, I'm sorry. The last one graduated from college.
Yeah.
We are officially. We are officially. We ain't got no kids.
You ain't got no damn kids. F them kids, y'all. F them kids. Go on that cruise. Go to Disney World. We're going to Disney World.
We're going to Disney World. We're going to drink around Disney World, okay? It's happening. We're drinks around the world.
Drinks around the world. That's
yes,
what they call it.
We're going to do it. And we're going to be tipsy as hell. Don't worry. We're going to stay. And we're going to have a blast.
How does that fit into wellness?
It does.
Mentally?
My mental break at Disney World.
Yo, we have stuff to announce. Stuff in the works. Patreon is coming. It's pretty much here. We're going to shoot Patreon episode after this.
Okay.
But if the only way to see it is to go on the Patreon. So we'll announce it at the beginning of an episode soon because most people don't make it to the end.
Oh my gosh.
That's just the reality. But that's what it is, man. We have to expand and make this thing bigger and better.
The brunchies. We're going to have the brunchies. Are we going to call them the brunchies?
No. We got different names. We got different tiers.
Oh.
Yeah, the mimosa
but
crew.
Just for the Patreon people, what are we going to call those people who have?
Oh, yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Let's call them the brunch crew, for real.
Oh, yeah, true.
They for real the brunch crew.
Okay.
But we'll see. Yeah, that's a great point. We'll come up with some Cassie. Tell us what we call them.
What do we call it? If y'all coming over to Patreon, what y'all want to be called?
What y'all want to be called? That's a great question. We'll get that ironed out. But yeah, we just giving y'all a low right now for the 11 people that probably watch this and listen to this because we've been gone for so long.
Yeah, we lost everybody. Now we gotta get them back. We lost the 5 people.
Listen, yo, we about to get real aggressive with Where's Brunch podcast. Merch is gonna be coming soon, so stay tuned, man.
Merch.
I'm excited. It's exciting stuff. So
I'm gonna have my first Black woman delegation Zoom call.
Oh man, they gonna tell you how to argue with me. Yo, man, this has been dope. I think it's been great. It's a wrap.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
And y'all be good, man. We out.
Bye.